I suspect most of you are very familiar with the concept of a weekly sales team meeting. And I know we could probably all agree that oftentimes sales meetings are overly focused on like an overload of numbers and data and information dump on what we need to do to achieve or blow past our goals. Well, we've all sat through way too many meetings that were primarily just an information collection process for the manager, and the reality is it created very little value for everybody else involved. I know for me, I've been on a number of those calls where I just totally checked out on the meeting. I started doing email or texting, and then all of a sudden someone asks me a question, and not only can I not answer the question, I wasn't even listening. I don't even know what the question was. Well, that happens in way too many of these types of meetings. As a sales manager, you get to put an end to all that meeting madness. Your role is to create leadership that inspires while you produce structure that unites your team. We want to leverage the power of our sales team and the master sales team meeting to provide us the best opportunity to create common language and a common culture. That common language and common culture ultimately allow our team to perform at their highest capacity. When we develop a unified language and culture from which our team operates, it really does become the key to a sales organization's success. There's a great opportunity to engage collaboratively in this master sales team meeting. We also get the opportunity to discuss best practices around helping our team reach their goals. We're also engaged in the process of breaking through those obstacles which may have become barriers for our team's success. A well-structured master sales team meeting provides the framework for creating the environment where we can collectively achieve our goals as a team and individually contribute to each other's success. As a sales manager, you provide the leadership for this meeting, and you walk your team through each item on the agenda, and you infuse it with your own personal energy, so that ultimately you get to motivate, coach, and inspire your team to achieve even greater results. The master sales team meeting is conducted typically during the first or the second week of the business cycle. For most organizations, that's going to be quarterly or maybe even monthly. Here's where we're going to address the specific KPIs associated with our team's success. So let's dive into the why of the master sales team meeting. The goal of this meeting really is to provide an update to the entire team on open opportunities or wins, or maybe obstacles or problems that they're currently challenged with. Everyone's going to receive feedback from not only the sales manager, but also the rest of the team. And it's everyone on the team's responsibility to improve their skills and the outcomes of all the team members. This is great teamwork in action. As you conduct this team meeting, keep in mind that you're going to have people at different stages of capability. So it's important to stay relevant to the team while we coach at an individual level that moves the whole team forward. So now let's take a look at the how. What does this meeting look like when it's conducted? It's a team meeting that includes all the members of the selling team once per period. Now, this could be inside sales, outside sales. It could be your enterprise sales leaders. It could be key accounts, sales engineering, marketing. In other words, anybody who has a hand in affecting the period outcomes for the sales team. Let's dive into how this meeting flows. So, as you use your meeting planner from your participants guide, you want to complete the POAD for this meeting. Spend some time preparing for the meeting by looking at the business review for the opening opportunity that you're going to talk about. Make note of KPIs that you want to discuss and specific opportunities where you want to gain a little more insight or information so that you can ultimately share those back to the team. Also, as the team leader, you want to use the batting lineup to keep every member of the team engaged and participating. You can find more information about both the batting lineup and your meeting planning in the Foundations video. Let's take a look at the various components that make up the Master Sales Team meeting. The Master Sales Team meeting is made up of 6 components. First, the business overview. Then, Open Opportunities Leaderboard. SalesMaker Win Leaderboard. Top 5 opportunities in the current period. Top 5 opportunities in the next period. And then finally, high impact team goals. We start with the business review. This helps us set the tone for the meeting. And as the master sales team meeting begins to unfold, it allows time for us to inspire the team and to instill the concept of continuous improvement through behavioral change. As the leader, it's my role to help my team focus on the specific points of data where we can win. The next component is focused on the Open Opportunities Leaderboard. As we all know, most sales makers are born competitors, and that competitive spirit, when it's handled positively, it's a great source of motivation for our team. Now, the key word here is inclusion. Competition that alienates is divisive for a team, but an inclusive competition motivates the team and the individuals to even greater wins. So take the time to talk about who's on top of the leaderboard. Ask them to share a best practice or a success story on prospecting. That inclusive competition motivates the team and the individuals of the team to even greater wins. Make certain as the team manager that you are using the batting lineup to ensure that you're including everybody in the meeting. We now move to the SalesMaker Win Leaderboard. This is where we consider inviting sales makers to share some of the details of how they won. So, great win this week, Brandon. Nice job. What are 1 or 2 things that contributed to the success of that win from your perspective? This type of conversation cultivates a spirit of sharing of those best practices, and it makes everybody on the team better. The next component is centered around the top 5 opportunities in the current period. So many of us learn and process by talking out loud and by also hearing other people talk. So when sales makers talk about their current opportunities, they may find themselves discovering strategies for advancing the process of the sale. This would be a great time to drill down into some of those individual team members and come up with, how did you rate your top 5 opportunities? Once again, use the batting lineup to ensure that input is provided from everybody on the team. From here, we move on to a discussion around the top 5 opportunities in the next period. And as sales makers talk through their opportunities, it creates a library of ideas that can be shared across the entire team, and it creates a great spirit of collaboration. The final component is focused on high-impact team goals. Let's face it, continuous improvement begins with a mindset. So spend some time talking regularly about your team's goals. When we do this as a routine practice, it begins to build the mindset for high-performance culture with our team. So continue to set those stretch goals in front of your team members. And when they hit them, celebrate them in a big way. One of the ways we celebrate is by allowing our team member to unpack their contributions to that success. This is our chance as a sales manager to also see how our team fits into the company vision and the strategy. When we as sales managers focus on creating those "this win is our win" kind of team goal, it creates great collaboration and team impact. Some examples of high-impact team goals could be new production initiatives for the company, or maybe it's a new domain or an expansion play, or maybe it's goals related to attrition or acquisition, or maybe even negative momentum accounts. Or what other big goal fits your organization? Be sure, as a sales manager, to use your meeting planner to record action items and commitments so that you can follow up on them in subsequent meetings. As a sales manager, I love the Master Sales Team meeting. It's a great time to create new energy for our team's success. It also is a time where we help them collaborate on specific goals, and it empowers our sales makers to reach new levels of their own personal potential.